into so many engagements, but we're loading in this one real quick. And again, this should be a really phenomenal matchup.
Yeah, this will be a good one. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. It is Chumps Week. It has been a week full of action, and I am happy to be the person to send us off at the end of the spring season. But here we go, Rio Hardpoint once again, and it's going to be a bloodbath here on P1, trying to look to get the upper hand, and we'll do so. One more battle, but ASCII is just not going to let that happen. So a little bit of white time, but look how mixy it's already becoming.
And this is fine for Maui. You just want to continue to get this time. Toronto doing a good job of grouping back up and looking to make the push. Chef trying to find one, but gets shredded out immediately. But Maui have these spawns for next. Big gunfight at the bottom of the map that is won by Moose. So they'll retain those spawns, and they're going to be happy with keeping this time white for as long as they can, and just not allowing any time to go the way of Toronto. Nice turn on there by Chops, and they will get the last 10 seconds. But again, the setup is here for Maui. Having said that, though, Toronto with pretty good pace up the map, putting the pressure on, making it hard.
Yeah, Toronto is not going to let Maui go down or take apart. Wow, I'm sorry, I lost myself for a second. But yeah, Toronto's certainly not going to let Maui get anything easy here. Toronto starting to move their way up here. Maui not getting this time, but they are playing the position for it here. So they are starting to make their way up. But look at the kill feed. Once again, letting out Purple, but Ghost coming in and taking out two, but gets taken down there by Chops. T going to try to follow up there. Gonna find one in the back. We'll do so. We'll start to clear things out, but here come the rest of Maui. The reinforcements are there, and ASCII doesn't need them, though. Finds two. Able to get the time here for Maui, so this will be rotation here for Toronto, but Maui will at the very least get the rest of this scrap and take their first lead of the game.
Yeah, and Toronto looks like they're gonna fight for this, and we'll see if they're able to break on in as three go down. So just like that, the scrap time you think is gonna go their way doesn't, and they're doing a really good job of backing up, so this is gonna still spawn Maui on that side of the map, so this could be a nice little chain here off the end of this P2 to P3. P3, though, is so hard to hold down, and when Moose finds two right off the rip, I mean, Maui, they're able to walk right on in and get the initial time here on this P3, but a back and forth hard point here to start as we expected.
Yeah, that's exactly what we expected. I mean, you really can't not have a back and forth here on Rio Hardpoint. But Toronto and Maui putting on a bit of a clinic right now. They are both just taking it to each other right now. And it's really just going to be a jockey for position to see who finally gets the upper hand at the right time. Right now, it looks to be Maui finding the kills on the kill feed and getting a good portion of his P3 time here, not letting Toronto get an inch of progression at all inside of the point. Slender going to try to help out Chops, who's currently contesting point on the inside. Chops left to the Renetti here, going to try to find a player by the arcade machine, not able to do so. Ghost just going to wait this one out. Bid red screen there, but have the reinforcements. Toronto will fall and will have to be forced to rotate once again. So Maui doing a great job thus far, just taking it to Toronto. And once they're able to get inside of the point, they are able to hold on.
They absolutely are, and they have the setup for new. So this is a good run here from Maui. ASCII starting off 10-7, having a nice map to start it off and being the catalyst for this Maui team. Moose as well has been so good as he finds three. ASCII finds the fourth. And just like that, that's going to be 4 down. You know where these players are spawning, and Maui will continue to grow the lead.
That's exactly what Maui were right now. They're in firm control right now. Toronto cannot seem to catch a break here. They're able to get 1 or 2 at a time, but it seems like they are just getting multi-killed every time they get in there. And an impact kill coming in from ASCII. ASCII just doing everything possible to put Toronto back in their place, still alive for the time being. Toronto finally find a break and finally find some time. But it is going to be the rest of the scrap is going to be Maui thinking about rotation here, but not fully here. They're going to be still double committing over to this hard point, and it's not going to work out for them here. So now, a bit of a half-assed rotation over to next here. So Toronto going to be able to get a good portion of that scrap time. They're bringing themselves back into this one.
And this is what we see in map 1 from Maui in our first series. It was a lot of like, okay, we're going to play for the last 15 seconds time, you know, get that scrap time, but then we have to play off the back foot for next. And there's just a couple of times there for Toronto where maybe you just give it up and go new. They do have the numbers here to go over to this point, but ASCII finding all 3.
Oh my
goodness. That rival is turning and burning right now, and Toronto back to the drawing board as Maui is starting to pull away already.
Definitely felt that one from here. Toronto starting to feel the heat a little bit, starting to feel the pressure as they are starting to lose grip on this game, down by over 60 points right now. T going to try to make the most of this one. Going to just try to make a solo play, but I mean, you're just not going to check the stairs, so you're going to get burned for it. Ghost with an easy pickup there will give Maui the rest of the scrap time. Over to P1 we go, and Maui are already going to be in position for this one. Toronto have a lot of work to do. ASCII is still going to find the kill in full sprint and is still able to pick up Cam on the side. Toronto, I don't know why they're even jumping into P3 anymore, or P5 anymore, excuse me. But over to P1 we go. Chef's going to win the 1v1, is going to take cover, is now going to have some help, but Slender is going to be able to hop on in and start to eat up some time, but not a lot of it before Maui have broken right on through.
I think Toronto is losing a lot of their structure that made them so good in the regular season. They feel like they're kind of they're getting punched in the face right now. I mean, Maui has come out absolutely swinging, and it feels like they've lost a little bit of that structure to, you know, get this. And they're getting outslayed as well right now, and got to find a way to pump the brakes here a little bit if you are Toronto and start to make a play. But it is not easy when you are continuing to get mowed down. But I think for them, you find some kills there, just take a breath, see what you can do here on this P2, and see if you can bring this one back. But right now, it has just been Maui absolutely running and gunning them.
I gotta give a quick shout to Chef real quick. He may not be cooking up kills right now, but he is certainly cooking up that hill time. 211 being the absolute hill kitten, or hill king if you want to listen to Dashy. But for the most part, man, everybody on Maui is just doing their jobs right now. It seems like nobody for Toronto can catch any type of break. None of them have over 30 seconds of time, or a little bit over 30 seconds of time. Now they're finally able to start to make a move to try to finally get this 100-point mark, but Maui is just ripping them to shreds right now, and they are teaming up on all these stragglers that Toronto have kept by the point, and they are just continuing their lead here, continuing their dominance here on map 1.
And now, look, you have two players from Toronto kind of playing next, but now this is probably a situation where you almost want to play for this time. You can't afford to give this up. They will play for P3, though, and give up the rest of that scrap, presumably, with 20 seconds left. So, I mean, we're kind of looking at a potential 100-point club here if we're not careful. And just a couple plays from Toronto that definitely have me questioning things. But ASCII, he gets taken down there, but he is absolutely snapping right now. And Chef, being that objective player for them, not able to find that kill. But look at the lead right now for Maui.
Yeah, I mean, this lead is almost uncomebackable here for Toronto, but we've seen some weird things. We've seen some weird comebacks in the CDL, so if there's ever a place to do it, the CRL can certainly do it here. Chumps is doing a great job, though, here for Toronto, keeping Maui at bay. But here comes the chow from Moose. Will be traded out. The reinforcements are going to come on through, but will it be enough? Slender is still in position on the head glitch. Finds one, trying to find a second. It's ASCII, but ASCII is just shooting beams right now. Chef is going to get taken down as well. This is the best we've seen out of Toronto as they finally hit that sentry mark.
They do, and they do get some stabilization here, but is it too little, too late?
Ooh.
Ghost finding a kill on that outer street and try to keep these players at bay. And now Toronto, I mean, you just have to kind of play perfect COD, honestly, for the rest of this. And they're doing so right now. Cam finding 4 and all these players getting sent back to spawn. I mean, you make it interesting here if you get close to a full 40 or 50, maybe even 60 here on this P4. It's going to be tough, and I think there's a cruise in one of the players' back pockets here from Maui. I could be wrong about that, but it's going to be tough now. The flank coming in through the back, but they're reading this. I mean, Toronto's starting to finally pick it up.
Yep, there it is. Ghost has it, and we'll find one, and we'll clear the point, but the rest of Toronto will be there to hop right back onto the point here. I don't look now. They're starting to build back up here. They still have a lot of room to go here to bring themselves back into this one, but they have a good hold of this point, and just as I say that, 2 go down, caster curse and a half, but T is still there to cause some damage, but Maui have the reinforcements to start to get this time here. This will be a good 25 to pick up here. Toronto have to be really careful. They're going to have to try to push this out, but they're also going to have to rotate here as well. They're going to have to play perfect COD, as you said before.
Yeah, and it looks like now this is where Maui kind of finally puts the clamps on once again. Maybe a little bit of a comeback happening.
Incoming.
Going to try to keep this time white with that kill. I don't know what happened there, but
sure,
the rotation will come in, and now, talk about perfect COD. This is no mistakes COD right now from Toronto. They are down to Maui only needing 7 seconds to win this one. This is the rotation. It's a P5 from them.
Yeah, the rotation was there, but it just didn't seem like the gun was. They did not have an eye on Ghost, so guess he might actually be invisible. He finds 3, and ASCII is able to clean up the rest, and they will hop on this time. They will look to call game. The only person even close is going to be Slender, but they are just going to concede this one. Wow, what a start here for Maui Chums as they take map 1 of the series.
That was pretty convincing, honestly. I mean, you know, they like ASCII, I think he finished 27 and 17. Yeah, he did. It felt like he had 50 that map. I mean, he was just all over the place. The pressure that they were down 2-0, or if it's tied 1-1, but that'll be indicative, I think, of how this series goes.
But again, now here we go. Grand finals here in the Bronze Premade South Division. Maui already up a map after a convincing Rio hardpoint, but we go on to high rise, search, and destroy. Both teams, a lot of success on this map. And Maui, going to start out on offense here.
Already seeing Toronto kind of playing pretty deep back, and now the push coming in under Moose, finding that first kill. So, nice teamwork there, and that bomb going down right away. I love this from Maui. They're continuing to get the kills. This is a perfect start here on the search and destroy.
Good start, going to get it down here, Toronto. A lot of work to do now. Cam and Slender. Comms have to be on point. Guns have to be hot. Great setup here for Maui. I love the positions they're in here, and now Cam is going to be found out after a couple of shots over towards Moose. Moose is going to stay alive, so they know where one player is roughly, but here comes the Chow, but Moose has the rival, so will win that gunfight with ease. 1v4 here for Slender. This round is basically shocked, and now here comes the split push coming in, and a flawless round coming in for the Maui Chums.
Take advantage of that first blood and get that bomb down. They did that perfectly there, Maui, and Toronto not an answer there, but I mean, you've seen kind of like their setup. They had one player low, but everybody else was kind of sitting back in that spawn building and giving a lot of real estate over to Maui to control that map, and that's exactly what they did. They were to get the bomb down, find the kills, and no retake was able to come in for Toronto.
Great start here for Maui, just continuing that aggressive dominance they saw in that first map. Toronto don't want to let this slip away from them. I know high-rise control is going to be appealing, but do you really want to put yourself in a reverse sweep situation in the grand finals? With the bomb we go up towards B Street, and great first blood there out of Chops. Goes, oh, he fell there. I don't think he called that corner, but now he's going to find one. Can't find the other, though. Bomb will be dropped, but probably will be picked up by, I believe it's T on that side of B, but ASCII has found a route. Is going to find one. Can't find the second. Cam barely stays alive. So now 1v2 situation here for Chef. Going to be over towards that A side. Going to just try to play position here. He's got to find this first one. Going to take some shots overway, but not going to be a lot for him to do, but he could catch a timing.
He's also getting somewhat chased down here. Now Cam puts the brakes on, but the bomb will go down, and Chef is going to have to find these players, and they are split completely on the other side of the map, so Chef's able to find one. Is he going to read this player, though? Oh, in the building. Oh, my goodness, Chef. I don't even blame him for that one. I don't know how you kind of read that. Interesting post-plant situation there where they just kind of went to both sides of the map. I think they knew where he was, so they were comfortable with saying, hey, let's kind of corner him in. They do end up finding the kill, but that got real interesting.
Yeah, it got a little dicey here, and this is, again, just kind of bringing up the concerns that I've had about Toronto. They seem to be solo playing just a little too much for my liking. I don't really see a reason you need to chase. Like, especially you have the bomb planted on B, go in the elevator, go top propane, or even just play over, down, under, wait for the kill, find the trade, play the time. There was so many other things to do there. That was like the 12th thing you want to be doing in the list of things you should be doing in that scenario. But Cam did not see Ghost. Ghost remains invisible to the eyes of Toronto. They cannot find him in the smoke. So this should be a plant here for A, but no, there's going to be a killer by Paint. Make it 2. Sunder going to try to find the third here. All of a sudden, it's a 1v3 as he finds themselves alone. Going to pick up the bomb here and try to make a play. Doesn't have a lot of options right now. They've got Chops, T, and Slender to deal with. Is going to find one. That's going to be Slender. And now 1v2. A little bit more manageable now here for ASCII. So they're going to rotate around here and go on under. Try to reset themselves before trying to make a play.
No AR in hand, so you want to try to get as close as possible, and he's doing just that. Gonna take this out. Ooh. Didn't check that corner of that player laying down, and he is taking down Toronto. Take the lead in the search and destroy. I was gonna say, if you wanted any player in a 1v3, it probably was ASCII. I think look, if he finds the kill on Chops here, 1v1 with a lot of pressure on, but you don't get to that point. Chops finds that kill, takes him down, and again, Toronto going up 2-1 in this one, and now going back on the attacking side.
I'm not totally convinced on those 2 wins there for Toronto. It seems like Maui kind of shot themselves in the foot and the ways they were going about it and a couple of lucky kills. I mean, that 1v3 shouldn't have felt that close, but it just did for a reason. So I think Maui We'll be able to find form again here shortly, but I am welcoming Toronto to prove me wrong here in this scenario on offense. Looks like A is going to be the first thought here for Toronto. Good setup here for Maui, just straight across the 50. They know they have B control, so they should have a really good idea about where Toronto is at right now as Cam will find that first blood onto Ghost. That's huge. Continue to push on up here. They are not afraid to take this to the house. Chef gonna find one. Chop's not gonna go for the immediate reach out, so Chef will be able to regain health. But Cam has control of that top heli, but Aski, I think, is snuck behind. Someone's got to catch the sight of a toe somewhere. Aski not able to get out of dodge. Up to Chef. And another 1v3 here for now.
And taken down. I mean, Toronto has been capitalizing on these first bloods they've been getting. And really not faulting after that. And a little bit of a weird situation there on top heli. Aski just never seen that player, and the timing just wasn't there for him. But now, I mean, Toronto starting to figure things out here in the search and destroy, and I just have this feeling already. I mean, this just has a making of a round 5, or excuse me, round 11, game 5. It just feels that that could happen.
Certainly could get there.
Series,
man, that would be on 6-star too. Oh
yeah.
My goodness, please! I'm praying to the COD gods at this point. That would be a hell of a way to end the season here for the Bronze Premade South Division. Aski can't find the first kill with the rival. AR supremacy comes out on top there for T. Another player advantage here for Toronto, but the timing just doesn't work for Chops there. So Ghost will even the score here at 3-3 on the life count. They're still on offense. Chef going to go down right away. Toronto doing a great job on following up these kills, getting these first blood. They're just always starting Maui on their back heel. And what do you know? Another 1v3 for Maui.
Just has been too good right now for Toronto, and being able to convert on these first bloods. They're getting them and not surrendering afterwards. And Ghost, his position is now known. 1v3, no aim assist, but does find the kill. Gets taken down, though. Toronto Falters keep it moving.
I had to talk crap, apparently, for Toronto to finally pick this up. So 4-1 now on this high-rise search and destroy. And the first bloods, I think, are the big thing here. They're keeping Maui on their heels a bit. They are just... Maui is not getting a chance to show their full force, ever, because their full force just get depleted before they even get a chance to make their first ever play. They're probably playing a little too aggressive. Like, it seems like they're playing too much into Toronto's hands right now. So Maui going to have to look for a turnaround here. Shout out to Aski and Chef for not being engaged at all in this map. 0 and 0 each. I mean, shout out to them for just being an absolute bystander for this map. And that's what the entire team feels like right now, though. But Toronto on offense, bit of a trade back and forth. Wow. All right. Pinstripe kill fee makes it 2-2.
Yeah, both teams just running at each other there. But Toronto, you feel like they have decent positioning, although I don't know if they know Chef is top heli here, and he could disrupt this if the timing is good. I don't know if he's seen that player on the shoulder peek. I think he has info on both of these players. He's taken down, though. Now, it's all left up to Aski, but he's making the play through the flank. What is this timing? Is he going to find this player up with him? And he doesn't. I think he's seen bomb is down. He knows who the other player is as well. Aski, 1v1. Is he going to read this route, though, from Cam, who's 8-2, already has that cruise. So close. He spots him, and Aski takes him down.
Great shots there from Aski to bring us to the swing there. That was close, though. Cam could have caught a little bit of a better time if Aski makes a great play to get the 1v2. Bit of weird stuff happening on top of that. Propane was finally able to get an AR in their hands as well, but ultimately did not need it. Was able to take out Cam, and now Maui get a little bit of progress here, but we saw it on Cam. Cam's got that cruise missile, so Maui still have a lot of work to do to bring this one back, and that cruise missile will be looming. There are a lot of places to hide, but it could disrupt the whole thing if they end up getting through on this offense.
Looks like it's going to be another A-side push, getting these nades over first and seeing if they can find any hit markers. Moose thought he fell off the map, but he's going to take that underneath route, and this gets really tricky here. If you're Toronto, do they read this play from Moose? He can break this one open. Chef, in the meantime, is going under as well. Moose finding shots on the one. Does take out one, but he's going to get immediately traded out. The trades again back and forth quickly. 2v2.
Definition of, huh? Who's shooting at me from behind? Just picked their head up when they absolutely did not have to, but regardless, a great kill there for Maui. 2v2 situation B. appears to still be the play, or no? Are they both going to wrap around this? T is in paint, so not going to see it until they pop out of the door. So we're going to have to wait and see. ASCII and Ghost working their way on through. So I'm going to assume A's their play. Oh, no, there's no way. The timing comes on NT. I think is going to turn back around. Is going to see Ghost. Going to try to beam him off the head. He can't do so. It's now down to Slender. 1v2 here for Toronto. 18 seconds on the clock. Now we're going to look to plant on A. Slender has to know this. And we'll see if they're able to find an angle. But Ghost going to see. The plant is going to be successful. So now Slender. Tall mountain to climb.
Got to know these players are... One player's probably going to be playing around paint. Where is ASCII, though, is the question. He's going to be laying down near bomb. So you think that any play that comes in, a trade will happen. But Slender, does he slip the net? He finds one on the ASCII. Does he find the second? Staying up with his life, but does get taken down. Maui. There was. Maui bringing this one back.
Making an interesting game, winning the swing round. It's 4-3 for Toronto, but 2 straight. Brings Maui right back into this one. There was a hot minute. Ghost almost lost that gunfight. It was a weird circumstance, but ultimately Maui come out on top. Great work out of them. Seemed to doing a lot better on those 2v2s rather than those 1v3s. It's crazy what happens when you have more than one player still alive in the late game. Let's see what happens here.
Toronto's been doing a good job of converting on those first bloods when they've had them, but now Maui's starting to find their footing a little bit. So I think that's going to be the key here for the rest of this map. Now the play looks like it's going over to B here for Toronto, and Cruz is also coming in.
Yeah, missile coming down from above. It should be Cam's missile coming down. Likely not to find anyone. No, it will. It will find Moose. So it's going to free up the plant over on this B side. So ASCII and Ghost left to their own devices. Now it's just ASCII in a 1v4. Gonna find one. Oh my lord, almost lined him up like accuracy on that one. Had 2 and then a third in the crosshair at the last second, but ultimately there were just too many bullets going into ASCII for them to make the play. So map point here for Toronto.
That was almost insane, but yeah. It's, I mean, Toronto, they're using that cruise to their advantage. They were able to get that first blood as well, move up the map, and that cruise allows them to get that bomb down on B for free. And ASCII, once again, I mean, there was a chance there, but that would have been absolutely... That would have been an all-time play right there. Now, Maui, can they fight back? Need 3 rounds in a row.
Certainly do it here, but they got to play the perfect COD that we've talked about time and time again. Gonna get rid of the 5th man, try to take them out of the equation on this one. We start to move on up towards A. By the way, I gotta give another shout out to Chef. Cooking 2 eggs right now in the KD department here. Ghost is gonna find one onto Cam. Good start here for Maui as they finally find a first blood, something that they have not been able to get a lot of throughout the course of this map. And T, I don't think, knows that Chef is coming up. Finding a kill here. 4v2 situation here for Maui. Still looking to move up and make a plan. A appears to be the play. Slender is about to be greeted by 2 players from Maui. He is going to be able to find one of them, though. The reach out comes on in, but the timing's not there. Wait, he might have a great timing. Oh, ring around the rosy. Here we go. 2 players coming around. That's 1 dead. And now all of a sudden a 1v2 as Ghost finds themselves alone and cannot make a play here at the moment. Going to have to reroute, and this timing is incredible. And Chumps going to shoot him in the back. Ghost going to turn around, try to make the play. Now from behind, Toronto finally put this one away, and we'll even the series at 1.
That got real interesting, but man, for Maui there, like, you feel like you had the numbers, go get the bomb down, they try to make a play, and they get absolutely taken down by Slender. That is a
I told you it'd be a short one, and we are back into it. Bronze Premade Spring South Finals. We are on high-rise control. We had high-rise search and destroy. Toronto finally started to find some forward here to tie up the series, but now it's going to be who's going to lose their first control of the season.
Nice start here from Toronto. Nice read there from ASCII, though, to find the kill. And you're seeing all the ARs coming out on the map as well. I mean, ASCII's been running a sub the whole time, so probably a 4 AR setup from both teams at this point is, yeah, from the top rope. But the progress, not too bad right now from Toronto to start off this B point. Honestly, I mean, this is a great start for them.
It's a good start. Getting a lot of progress here onto B is Toronto right now. Looking for that third one. Ghost trying to make sure it doesn't happen. Oh, Cam, stop shooting. It's just the worst possible time. Not able to get the pick up there, but now Maui in a great position, started making the push up, but there is a hole in the defense of Maui, and that would be B Street right now as they're going to try to force their way back in. Pinstripe allows Toronto to hop right back onto the B point, but a couple of quick kills coming from Maui will send Toronto back where they came from, and now we're going to have to start again.
Now, I mean, all that good progress that you got for Toronto off the opening break kind of going away. You only get 2 ticks out of it. You have a 1 life advantage at the moment, though. The bait and switch coming in. Moose, though, is fine with that. He'll still take down the player, and the kills continuing to go away. MWIII last up. We'll find one, which should get traded out here momentarily. And again, back to the drawing board. Now is there a chance here for them to get onto A? It does not look like it. It looks like Toronto is content with trying to get this last tick on B.
Yeah, they're going to keep pushing on now. They just don't have a choice. If they're going to try to make a play, it has to be on B now. You have to just try to make a move. Oh, teammates is certainly not going to help anything. I mean, it's on that A side, so Toronto not really going to feel the effects of it right now, but Ghost in a great position to make this play on the inside. Toronto trying to slide on in. There's still more players coming down from B Street, and now another Pinstripe will keep Maui on top of it right now, but Chumps going to try to make a play, but Moose with the Vernetti finds 2 and will put this one away in the first round. Good start there for Toronto in the beginning, but ultimately it's Maui coming up on top. So only 2 ticks given to Toronto. So great defense there out of Maui. That's the best you can get.
I mean, as you said, Toronto, really good start there. And Maui was just able to stabilize and get a wave of kills where, you know, off the rip, they were getting outslayed in the first few moments of that round, but they bring it back. And again, I mean, only 2 ticks there let up. You feel like if you're Maui, you can definitely replicate that or do better here on their offensive turn.
So now it's going to be Maui's turn on the attacking side. Let's see what type of noise they can make here. I mean, got to imagine if they get a good attacking run here, that Toronto is going to start to feel the heat a little bit throughout the rest of this map. Looks like a little bit of a split. Ghost going to go on a recon mission over to the A site. Going to get found out, though. So 2 dead already here for Maui. Good fight there at ASCII. Able to find the headshot. Just going to wait for the reinforcements. Is Maui going to spawn on the A side of things now? ASCII. See how much progress they can make over on that B side to kick things off. Going to get into a gunfight. Not going to win it, though. But Moose is going to be around the back. Is going to find one. Going to try to clean up the rest of ASCII's mess. Can't quite do it. Toronto maintaining good defense right now, but an A push appears to be open.
Doesn't. I mean, Maui is taking the route of, hey, let's get all these kills and be able to stack the point and you know, try to find our way in that way. Now, can Toronto get back into this B zone? Players on it right now, and Chef is going to try to chow out. He gets taken down, though. Less alive is on point. Is ASCII. He gets traded out. And just like that, you're already kind of put back into that potential spawn trap. And now Toronto will look to move up. A Moose. Big kill there.
A big kill indeed. 1 tick done. About a half on the second. He's in a great position here to cause Maui some problem. Maui are still going to commit to this B site, but they just cannot get all the kills at the proper time. Toronto are still pushing them back, but something that Toronto is not doing, they are not pushing up the spawn trap. They are still just going to sit in these points and let Maui come to them. We'll see if that pays off here. Maui could break on through here, but Toronto just still in a great enough position to mow them down even when they come out of spawn. So now, one final push you have here. As he's going to hop on the inside, is not going to see the other player on the outside, and it's just Toronto just ganging up on Maui, and the defense is just winning championships right now, as it looks like it's going to be Maui that is only going to be able to gain 1 tick. One final push coming from under 3 dead. 1 player left to do any type of damage, but Chef, I'm sorry, you don't have the rest of your sous chefs with you, so it will be 1-1 here for Toronto, as they actually are going to still be up a tick after that round.
Yeah, what do you know? We have high-res control on the horizon. It's hard to play offense on this map, especially the way this series has really went. It's just been so fast-paced on the respawns, and it feels like, all right, hey, we just got some kills. We got a few down, but it feels like they respawn so quickly. They're up in your face again, and then not much you can do offensively. And it's going to be, you know, who can break through offensively is going to win this map, you would think. Defense is going to be a lot of the same, limiting those ticks. Can does have a cruise in his back pocket. Keep that in mind. As Toronto looking to get some control of this control, and that's a good start.
Good start indeed. Toronto just continuing to push Maui back here, and they have a sight of A and B right now. They're going to hop on both, so Moose going to have to try to make a choice here. As Maui do have this one over by Paint, so let's see if they're going to be able to make a play. Fifth man comes on in, finds Cam. Will kill Ghost in the process as well, but that will do enough to get them off A, but B is still losing progression, but ASCII with the 1v1 allows Maui to prevent Toronto from getting any ticks after that initial push.
Yeah, and I mean, what looked like a promising start there for Toronto really results in nothing, and now with a minute on the clock, they're going to have to find another wave of kills. Cam finds one, but gets immediately traded out. What's the plan here offensively? It looks like the pressure over toward B. Slender finding one. He also has a cruise in his back pocket as well. The kills, I mean, it feels like it really is going the way of Toronto. There you go. 4 down. You got 2 people on this time. Do they want to stack it? Do they want to go over toward A? It looks like D is just going to hold his positioning up top. And they're going to see how much progress they can get over on this B zone. But, I mean, still a chance for potentially Maui to get back in. ASCII stepping in for 1 second. He gets taken down, though. So this is the opportunity here for Toronto.
It's the opportunity indeed, because they already made some progress over towards the A site to at least punch through the hole, and it's going to be Maui spawning on the B side. But now, looks like action stalled just enough for them to get over to the A side, so now everyone's going to go back to the 50, get back to their lines and try to make a play here, but Toronto are just winning in the kill department right now, 22-15 on the lives here for the Toronto side, and now Chop has a route over towards that back cut area, goes on a 5-kill spree, is able to kill the rest of Maui, and now a stack comes on in, 3 players on that A site right now. And now Chef gonna try to work into the back, gonna find 1, gonna find 2, gonna find 3. Great cook is the Chef coming in through the back, able to find 3. Nice to keep this down and a little bit under control for right now, but now I do have to follow up with the rest here. But Toronto just right back into the game, 3 dead right off the rip. Gonna try to push this on through, and now Chop's gonna clear out top heli. This is looking like Toronto win right here.
Yeah, and if not on the ticks, on the lives, is dwindling down right now for Maui. They have to do as much as they can to just stay up. ASCII finding 2, and Slender gonna take down Ghost. So only 6 lives left, and you have over a minute of time. So you'd imagine if Toronto can't lock this in, they will win on lives at this point in time. Does Maui have any magic in them? Cam from the top rope. That is a good find indeed. What can these last players on Maui do?
See what they got to do here. Chop's going to try to find Ghost on this outside. Not going to be able to do so. I'm sorry, we'll be able to do so. Ghost is going to be the one that goes down, but Chef is able to follow up there. 10v2 now. And Toronto, honestly, should just go and try to play this point as it goes 1v1, but they're not going to. But I guess it doesn't ultimately matter, because if my math serves me correctly, they are now at +6 on the ticks. But I would imagine, even if Maui do tie it here in ticks and force a round 5, Toronto would have it on kills. I would probably bet a good amount of money on that, unless Maui has an insane round here.
Well, you would be able to tell if not for Codcaster, but
I would
that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I mean, 3-5-5. I mean, that looks like a totally normal scoreboard that we have over there for Toronto. I mean, that looks like 3 rounds of control play right there. 8 engagements across 3 rounds? My goodness.
Chef almost saves that round, by the way. I don't know if there was like a miscommunication or like a timing thing where the reinforcements were coming in, but he gets the kill on the back and is able to walk through blue and find 2 more. Kind of an interesting moment there, but nevertheless, it really doesn't lead to anything, and this is completely shut down. Moose takes that outer route, but he's less alive and not really able to do anything. Should be able to find a kill on one of these players. Does not. And, I mean, not the round start you wanted for Maui.
No, not at all. It looked like a lost puppy there on the outside, left abandoned, and waited a long time to shoot their gun, and probably shouldn't have shot it at all, to be honest, but ultimately did so. Slender now going to try to force the spawn trap here, but they're basically by themselves, so a little bit of extra moves might be able to help, but it's not going to help enough. The rest of Toronto just trying to make sure B is covered, as here comes Maui now. They're going to come off the ladder, and they're actually going to find a couple here, so an opening is there. Cam going to try to make the play. The reach out to ASCII does not work. So Toronto still maintaining good presence across the map right now. Moose has a bit of a hold here over towards A, but he's going to have to find T over on top of those heli stairs. T is doing a great job just moving around and causing a lot of problems here for Maui. It is 24-19, and now finds Moose with the Renetti on the Chow. Great stuff here out of Toronto. They just cannot be stopped. There is 20 seconds on the clock. This is looking over.
These teams are not afraid of a Chow, man. They are absolutely firing, and the rechow is coming in. Maui, you get on B for a moment, but can the pinch come in to get this player off time? It does. Chef now in time, and he's taken down. And that might be all she wrote. T is going to find another kill, looking for another one, but Moose finds 2. Make that 3. Not over yet. Make it all 4. Can they get on the same point and stack it? I mean, there's 3 players over there. If you can find these reinforcement kills, this gets very interesting.
This does indeed. Moose is going to be on that sick heady right there. Chop's going to try to make the play, but now Cam waits at the perfect time to use that cruise missile. Coming in from above is going to find 2, and that should put it away. 4 seconds here for Maui to make a run for it, but they are just not close enough. Game from Toronto. What a control. These were, again, 2 teams undefeated in control, and Toronto just showed why.
Insane map there, and Cam using that cruise at the exact perfect time and stopping that point. I mean, look, there was an opportunity there. I mean,
nice when the time at the top is actually wrong, but in the way that it's not sitting on zeros, that we actually are able to come back early. These teams are ready to go, and I am all for it. Vista hard point. Toronto looking to close out the series and bring home the championship right here against Maui. But this is going to be a coin flip map. This is going to be a bloodbath.
Toronto getting this opening time as they have been rolling these last 2 maps. Looking to close it out here. ASCII, though, breaking in. And again, I think he's got to be the guy for Maui. If they're going to get themselves back into this one, it has to be off the back of ASCII and what he's been able to do. Moose as well was big in the hard point, or in the respawns rather, with getting lots and lots of, double kills and triple kills and stuff like that. But somebody's got to be the playmaker right now. And Toronto, again, getting a lot of this opening time. Good start for them.
Another great start here for Toronto. They are just running amok, able to get a great portion of this P1 time. Now over to P2 we go. Chumps going to look to be a nuisance on the rotation here. Great defense so far from Toronto, just holding their position. But Maui are still getting close enough spawns, but Toronto are going to have the point. So it's just not going to matter right now. ASCII going to be close enough in that center to try to make a play, but there is just not a lot of room for them to work with here. The rest of Maui going to work over towards that P4 side right now, or P3 side, excuse me. As trying to work through that back alley. Slender gonna try to find Moose on the outside, does so. Another great hold coming in from Toronto. This is just a whole nother level here for Toronto right now.
Yeah, they have found their gear, that is for sure. And you got to put a stop to it here quickly if you are Maui. You do not want to go down early in this one after the last 2 maps. They do get some of the time here. They are looking over to that rotation as well, over to P3, and you see some Toronto players going that way as well. But Maui, I mean, after that, a little bit of a tough start. They're going to get the rest of the scrap time. They are set up for new, but watch out for T. See, he slipped the net. He got in the back and is looking to secure those spawns.
Yeah, look at the T. He's in such a great spot right now. Going to hop on the bar, but Moose is coming in from behind as well. Going to be a freebie, but it needs to find the other player. It's going to be Cam coming up the stairs, but Chumps is actually going to be there for the cleanup. So another great rotation here out of Toronto, as they're going to be able to get this initial time here onto P3. And let's see how long they can hold it. This is such a hard hill to break, but there is also a lot of places you can break from. So Toronto going to have to be wary of that as well. Here comes the initial shot from ASCII. Able to find one, not able to find a second. Great play there from Toronto. Reinforcements coming in, but it just doesn't matter. It's still going to be purple on the feed right now.
I mean, Maui is getting these close spawns, so if they can get a kill and get the break, they're set. But the problem is, they are not. It's going to be Toronto all over that kill feed. They extend their lead. Moose, though, again, I feel like he's been the double kill machine, finding 2.
Oh,
Chef trying to come in, but yeah, Taxstance doing work there. Maui going to collect the rest of this scrap time once again, and again, they're set up for new. So same story as it was last time around. Let's see if they can continue to claw their way back.
Moose going to be the lone defender here. Here comes 3 Toronto players. Not going to be a lot of hope here. Submachine gun in hand, able to find one, not able to find much else. So Hill is going to pop, but Toronto is going to be first on it once again. Ghost going to try to make work here from that pillar side, but going to get wrapped around there as Toronto get those back spawns. So Maui will spawn close, so an opportunity for them to at least get some time here. But not a lot of great position for them to work with, so the kills are really going to matter here. Chef going to watch the backside, not able to do much with it, but Moose is going to be there for the cleanup. So now the push to that back building comes on in. Toronto has the point once again. T able to find the shoulder of one, able to hold the rest. Moose trying to come over the backside, going to get picked off as well. Maui have 2 players up towards that back alley side. Going to find one, trying to find a second, does so. Great kills here out of Ghost to get on this time. Cam going to fall as well, so now we go to the rotation.
This is the P5, which has kind of been so hard to hold on this map. It feels like out of all the hills, but we'll see if it continues to get mixy. Toronto, the first one's there. They slight lead, but Maui's done a really good job of fighting their way back in. But Yeah, it's been these transitional gunfights over to the new hills that they've just been losing time and time again. So it's allowing Toronto to get a lot of just uncontested time. ASCII, though, going to try to slip the net, and as two go down for Toronto, it is going to be Maui getting on into that point. Now they're in control of this hill.
Now good hold on for the time being. Have reinforcements to boot as well. Chop's going to get taken down here. So Maui have an opportunity to hit the 100-point mark first, as well as gain a lead, but a kill from Cam and Slender to follow. Going to allow them to break it to the point, and they're actually going to hit the triple digits here. As that hard point is going to light up purple here, and they should be able to get the most of the scrap time here. ASCII going to try to make one final push, but they are basically by themselves, so they will fall. Chef also going to be in the wings, but not a lot for them to do either, and it's just a purple kill feed right now. Rotation could go here for Maui if they're able to break in through, but it looks like already two players going to be set up over towards that entrance side, so another good chain here from Toronto.
The kills go their way, though, so now it's about reading these spawns coming in for Maui. Is number 4 and Cam is going to kind of slip the net. That's a great kill from ASCII, though, to find kill on the Cam, because that could have got interesting. But now T, two players behind this counter, is going to break right on in. Chef finding one, should get traded out here, but no. Both teams doing a really good job right now of just playing their life and allowing trades to come in from their teammates. This is high-level bronze play right now.
Yeah, this is as high level as it gets, and this is what we dealt with in the mid-regular season when we were up against Toronto. We know these teams well. And T's going to find two, though. They're going to find Moose as well is Slender. So now another rotation went over to P2 for Toronto. Second time in a row. Ghost going to try to make sure it's not as big of a win as you think, and does a great job in doing so. But T will be there on the follow. So is Cam up top, finds two. So Toronto, once again, getting the better of that scrap time. So they will have about a 40-point lead going into this P2, and they will have the setup. So no one on time yet. Now Slender coming in from the back. Will hold on. Team kill comes in. Not ideal, but still good enough, as Maui still have not found a route on through. Ghost is going to fall. One player in the middle. It's going to be Moose. Going to get taken out. Big kills coming in for Toronto. T starting to heat up here. 6th streak cruise missile. 23 and 13. Toronto are starting to run away.
Yeah, they're feeling it right now, and if you're Maui, you have to find a break here. You could not let the rest of this time go the way of Toronto. Just at least keep this time white, if anything, but Toronto doing a good job of staying up. And now, I mean, Maui hops on for a second, but it's just time after time. They're just getting mowed down, and they just do not have the reinforcements to contest these hills. So if you're Maui, you're going to rotate over toward new, maybe Moose plays for scrap time. He's going to play ring around the Rosie and lose that. So you don't even get that kill. And now the kills are going the way of Toronto on the rotation. You're spawning out. This is as bad as it gets right now.
Yeah, this is looking real grim here for Maui. Toronto are going to have the setup here, but here comes a full frontal push coming in from Maui, and they're going to find two, so they're actually going to find the point. Slender still going to wait, but being smart, they're just going to wait for Cam to make that first move, and now Slender comes in towards the back and gets a good follow-up there. Opens the hole here for Toronto on those back stairs. Go's going to get chowed. The bunny hop comes in. Slender going to find the kill. Chops with the follow-up. Here comes Toronto once again, but keep an eye on that backside. ASCII on your mini-map might be able to make a play. He's able to punch T to death, trying to find Slender on the inside of the point. Needs to regain health, though. Now here comes the find. Will find Slender on the inside, preventing them from getting a cruise missile, but in all of that commotion, Toronto have hit that 200-point mark.
They have, and Maui, I mean, they have the spawns. They have player 5 over trying to get spawns from new, and they might get it. That's a big kill, though, honestly, just to get that scrap time off. And now Toronto is going to have to work through the map to try to break into this next hard point. There's a couple seconds there that honestly are big, and if Maui ends up turning this around, could be huge. But here we go. The break coming in from Toronto. They're just flying at this and getting the kills as well. And it just doesn't matter. Toronto is just full throttle right now.
Toronto is on it. They smell the championship. They want to get this done and dusted. Time is white for the time being, though. Maui have an opportunity to break on through, but another purple kill feed prevents them from making any significant progress. Cam going to be in a great spot here. Doesn't look like they can call game now. They definitely can after that contest, so it's going to take one more hill, but I mean, they just can't break into this one whatsoever. Maui need to play to absolute perfection to force the map 5, but right now, Toronto seem to be firing on all cylinders. One player inside of the point for right now. Chef trying to cover the backside, does so. There will be scrap. Toronto will just chalk it up. They're going to go next here, and they have numbers.
Gotta be annoying if you're Maui on this hill. Gotta make it tough on Toronto to just get uncontested time moves, finding Chumps in the back. If they can find him, that would be big for this one. But right now, I mean, if you're Maui, I think you don't necessarily worry about this hill. It's more about just keeping them off of it. Having said that, though, this is a lot closer than it kind of feels. Toronto, at points, should be running away with this, but 16-176, not over yet.
No, not at all, especially when 3 go down just like that. Chop's going to try to make the play, but the reinforcements from Maui are there. They're going to get the close spawn, so they're going to be able to hold on to this time, but Cam has the cruise missile coming in from above, able to find multiple. Ghosted Chef. Gonna fall. Moose is gonna fall. T gonna try to make the play. One more to kill. It's gonna be Aski. Aski was ready for it, though. Finds the kill. Might be able to hold on to the scrap, but Chop's gonna try to just 1v1 this, but Chef is ready for that one. So Maui will get the rest of this scrap, and believe it or not, they're going to hit that 200-point mark, and they're actually going to be close as we go back to P1.
Yep, it's going to come down to it is Toronto, it feels like they've let this one slip through it just a little bit. Once again, dominating on the kill feed, but can they put this one away? They are going to be in this time. They do have another cruise in the back pocket as well, but what can Aski do? Is he going to pinch this from the back? Does he find the time? He finds one. Does get traded out, though. Toronto continue to hold on to this time. Maui need a break.
Yeah, Toronto have still an opportunity here to call game right now. They have the numbers. Ghost, though, great start here, but look at where Maui is spawning. They have so much ground to cover to get in and get grouped up together, and Toronto are looking to call it right here. 240, 10 seconds to go. One more push. That's all Maui has. They're trying to find their way in, but Chops and T are just not going to let it happen. Chef, the final man up, but he will fall, and the Toronto Falters are your Bronze Premade South spring champions.
Wow, after that first map, didn't necessarily expect that to go that way, but Toronto, I said don't count them out. They are a phenomenal team. They bounce back in a huge way, and credit Maui on that map.